Hello, it's Sammy here, and today is going to be the start of a new series on the channel. Since the Premier League has restarted, I felt like it was probably best to do some match reviews. I'm going to be talking about Man United and the games that they're playing. The rest, what is it, 8-9 games left, and also the FA Cup games and Europa League in August. But today, United drew 1-1 with Spurs at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and a point away for Spurs, Jose Mourinho's side. You've given Mourinho time to prepare. The one manager you don't want to give time to prepare. They have a fully fit squad, a great attack. Son, Bergwijn, Kane, and Moussa Sissoko's back as well for them. But we also had a full fit squad to choose from. We had Paul Pogba back, Marcus Rashford back, and them linking up with Bruno Fernandes was something that we were all waiting. But a draw, before the game, I probably would have taken a draw if you had offered it to me. But a win, I felt, would have just skyrocketed the momentum. The momentum we had prior to the lockdown, felt it's been stopped a little bit, but I feel there was positives to take from the game. Now, let's start on the first half. The first half, I thought we were really poor. I'm talking about the positives, but I thought we were really poor. The match sharpness, match fitness, which is 100% understandable, just wasn't there. I felt like we were there, and we felt like, I thought Gary Neville said it best, we've been told that we've been really good over the last 3 months, and that we played like that. We didn't play with that sort of intensity and tempo. And I think Spurs did. I think Spurs weren't particularly good as well. And I think Mourinho, I still have major doubts about how he's going to do at Spurs, because I don't see how he can get a tune out of these players and make them compete, because I just can't see it. But talking about United, yeah, wasn't great from us. Let's talk about the first goal. Bergwijn slots it past De Gea from poor defending from Harry Maguire, poor goalkeeping from De Gea, and there's got to be a conversation to have about De Gea, because we've heard about Dean Henderson. We want to recall him. We want to make him our first choice goalkeeper. And to be fair, I'll be fully behind that, because he's quicker off his line. He has better distribution. Right now, his shot stopping is even better than De Gea. De Gea had one thing good going for him, and that was his shot stopping, and that seems to have left him as well. He hasn't been good for about 18 months now. Hasn't been consistently good, because he always make the odd occasional world-class save. But I feel like since that 17-18 season, he's just been on a downward slope and a downward spiral, because he just has not been the same world-class keeper. And to be a top team that is going to compete, you need a great goalkeeper. I thought Harry Maguire, unbelievably slow. And we all saw Roy Keane's meltdown, and I agreed with him, 100% I agree with him. Maybe I wouldn't have said it like that, but 100% I agree with him. You know, Maguire, they're international players. I don't care about that they've had this time off, because those are basic mistakes. And David De Gea, I don't know if it's a concentration issue. I don't know if it's maybe a mentality. I don't know mentally. Maybe he's not there. Maybe he's just finished. It could be that, because maybe as a goalkeeper, you just fall off dramatically, and that's what's happened. It's literally overnight. He's not the same keeper, and I don't know what you can do about them. It was a powerful shot from Bergwijn, but come on, it should not be going in. I saw something saying the XG of Bergwijn's goal. I know you have to take all of that with a pinch of salt, but it was like 0.08%. So there was a 92% probability that David De Gea should have saved it, or it should have gone wide, or whatever. But do you know what I mean? That should not have gone in. But the rest of the first half wasn't great. Created a few half chances, but really didn't create much. Thought Bruno Fernandes was bright at times. I felt like Bruno throughout the game was good, and he was positive, as he is always. He's never not going to be. But I felt like sometimes just took shot when he didn't need to. Sometimes played a pass that probably wasn't on. I felt like the runs from Marcus and Anthony Martial, probably not the best. But I can excuse that, because it was the first game back, so we can't be too harsh on the players. But, you know, I thought Martial should have got into the game more. I think he had, 9 first half touches, which is not great for a centre-forward. I know centre-forwards don't typically have that many touches, but 9, you know, and I think they were proper touches as well. But moving on to the second half, we all wanted Paul Pogba to come on. Didn't come on for at half time. We saw him warming up, but he still didn't come on, which I thought was a shock. I thought Oli changed it around, and I thought we looked more dangerous. Spurs sat back more, and I felt like this was our opportunity to seize it. Nothing really happened. I thought we started brighter, but nothing really happened. And then we brought on Pogba and Mason Greenwood, and they completely changed the game. From that moment on, it coincided with us just putting the pressure on, and I thought they were unbelievable when they come on. Paul Pogba was sensational when he come on. I think he misplaced maybe one pass, and the rest of his pass, there was one pass where he pinged it over to Marcus Rashford. And Rashford probably should have done better, but it was incredible. Half volley, backspin, just pings it over. Mason Greenwood, the drop of the shoulder, I feel like that works every single time. And I thought his dribbling looked better. He looked stronger on the ball. He's shooting. He could have scored last minute winner as well, but I thought he was incredible. But when Pogba came on, he won a penalty, and it was just a lovely piece of footwork. Takes it past Eric Dyer, makes him look like an idiot, wins the penalty, and it's a stonewall penalty. Bruno slots it away, 80th minute, and you're thinking, maybe there's a chance. And I felt like we kind of lost a little bit of momentum after that goal. We kept on giving away like silly fouls. I thought the cooling breaks as well. I understand because they're supposed to keep us hydrated and stuff, but I felt like they kind of stifled our momentum. We had momentum and then there was a break, and I felt like it didn't really work with us. But I felt like overall there were positives to take, and when you get into that 80th minute mark, you were thinking maybe we're going to snatch one. Last minute in injury time, Bruno Fernandes gets taken down by Eric Dyer. Well, not really taken down, bumps into Eric Dyer. John Moss gives the penalty, and you're thinking, oh my god, we're going to win this game. It's a penalty. It's written in the stars. You look back on it, it's definitely not a penalty. Literally not a penalty one bit. And that's VAR, as much as I hate to say it, but that's fair, and that's VAR probably at its best, and something we don't see often from VAR. But nevertheless, we got the point, and I felt like we could have got more from that game, because Spurs, I know it was a fully fit Spurs squad, and they're always going to be tough, but they weren't great, and they weren't great. Our next game though is against Sheffield United on Wednesday night, and that is a must-win game. If we're going to finish in top 4, we're going to have to win. If we're 8 games, we're going to have to win about 7 of those games to finish top 4, because Chelsea, I think, have Aston Villa on Sunday, and I'd fully expect them to beat us, so they're going to be 5 points clear, and that's a tough points to claw back. And we also have Sheffield United we have to look over our shoulders for, and Wolves. So there's a few teams. It's going to be really tight to finish top 4. If 5th makes you finish top 4, then, well, makes you get Champions League, then I'll be confident that we get 5th as well. Because Man City, I think their ban is probably going to get reduced to 1 year. I don't think it will be fully overturned, because if it is, then that's just crazy. But I think it will be reduced to 1 year, and I think we should get Champions League football. If not, we're going to play in August, and then Europa League, and hopefully we'll win that. But I want us to get our bread and butter and finish in the top 4, the top 5, whatever it is. But Sheffield United, must-win game, and one thing that we need to do is start Mason Greenwood and start Paul Pogba. Thank you for listening, thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, share and subscribe. Remember to follow my Twitter, follow my Instagram, all be in the links in the description below. And see you.